Hey guys, here today with another Shirogorov knife video. Today we have in front of us the CCKS Spring 2023 limited show special knife. It's basically an F95T Gen 4, so the newest generation of the turtle pattern, alongside with this beautiful blue accented anodization color on the milling portion, S90V blade, so premium steel upgrade over the standard M390 for production, paired alongside with a HiTex chip with the same color scheme, and of course all the usual accoutrements, the card indicating the show, the number out of 50, and also a Kova design leather pouch. This one came out particularly well. I love the blue stitching and the black leather blue, again, to go along with the color of the knife. But anyways, again, this was a set of 50. They were first come, first serve at the door. And Recon Run really likes doing these limited sets to kind of give some kind of incentive to go to the show in person. You had to be at the actual show to buy them. I believe they do sell leftovers online, but many times these knives sell out. So it is in your best interest, if you do like these kind of special production knives, to go and check them out at the show. And of course, the chip is always a nice bonus as well. But anyways, I actually haven't done a video on the F95T yet, so I thought this might be a really good chance to kind of talk about those changes as well. Of course, I wanted to be a little bit more focused about what makes this knife special, but I will go over the changes and what has changed over the previous generation F95T in case I don't manage to get one of those in the future. But anyways, let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the chip a little bit more closely. Again, it is done in the same color scheme, kind of subtle blue anodization on the valleys here. The top kind of parts of the flats of the coin are done in this kind of nice tumbled satin finish. A little bit less, I guess, scratchy than the chaotic satin that we have seen on previous knives, most notably the F95R and L. Some people were really not too keen about that, so it's really nice to see that scratchiness has been toned down. But as we take a look here at the blade, we have an S90V blade, so that's a marked difference over the M390 in the production knives. The production Gen 4 F95T also has an M390 blade. Things that have changed compared to the previous generation, we have that new kind of wide belly blade profile. We have swedge here, something that you would see. This is actually the exact same blade configuration as on the F95R and L. We have that extract cut, which has been a continuation of the previous generation F95T R, which also had an extract cut, something that the F95 Nudist and normal F95s didn't have, and the F95 Zeros continue to not have those extract cuts. So something a little nice. I think it actually goes along very well with the kind of T pattern here, kind of a similar shape on the extract cut. Another thing that's changed now is the 3.5 millimeter blade stock. This seems to be kind of the new standard for the production lineup. Both the new generation Hati and 111 have a 3.5 millimeter blade that has changed from the 4 millimeter. Coincidentally, now the other F95, the Zero, still has that 4 millimeter blade stock. Same thing with the F3NS, still 4 millimeters. I think it's really because those are the two knives that have not been updated yet. So we should be seeing those in 3.5, I'm assuming at some point in some kind of generational update. Moving on to the handle here, you can see what has really changed here the most is the milling pockets for the turtle pattern have this horizontal milling. Now, of course, this being the show limited special, we have this blue anodization. The normal production model does not have that, but of course it does still have this horizontal milling inside, and that's something that the previous generation, the F95TR, did not have. We also have the new larger pivots, again, standard for all of the new knives. And something very interesting about this pivot system is it does have the CPS system, just like the new generation Hati. What this means is that the pivot is no longer free spinning. There are 9 splines here that allow the screw to be positioned. Of course, the workshop loves to position the screws so that they are kind of facing each other coming out of the workshop. So again, the CPS just helps aid with that. Another thing that the previous generation of knives, F95T, did not have, that actually a lot of new knives do not have, is the captured rear screw as well. Now, it's a little bit hard to see here on video, but as you can see here, there are actually 3 flats on the round portion of the screw, kind of a triangular shape with curved edges or corners, and that basically indexes the rear screw as well. The tolerance is actually very tight. You can see here that this flat line on the clip, one of the flats of the rear female screw portion needs to be quite perfect to actually slide it in and out. So very interesting there, and a very novel way of having a captured rear body screw. This isn't technically the first knife to do it. The F3NS Aquatic also has that, but not the normal F3NS. But all versions of the F95T Gen 4, including this limited model, do have a captured rear screw, which is really nice. Taking a look at the back here, you can see the logo has changed. That has moved from over here on the previous generation F95s, or actually I believe on the blade actually, over to the rear portion pommel area, just like the Zero, F95 Zero and the Neon Zero. Taking a look at the back side here, nothing too different to note other than the anodizing that I spoke to, of course. General changes to the F95T Gen 4, though, the external lock bar cut, the new clip, which is now unique to the Gen 4. On the previous F95TR, we had just the same clip that any other F95T was using, but now with the Gen 4s, we have a unique T-pattern milled clip. So that has changed as well. Of course, the addition of this back spacer here. It's really nice. You can see some of the blue accents and the jimping on the back spacer, and also in the lanyard hole, something, of course, that is different than the normal production Gen 4. But again, that has changed over the revised model, which had previously just a standoff. Again, I just want to bring note to that kind of these kind of tumbled satin finish here. It is different than the chaotic satin that some people had issues with, saying it was just too scratchy. I understand where the workshop is coming from. They wanted to finish that, was aesthetically pleasing when taking a look at it from far away, but when you took a look up closer, or if you had a finish that was really, if you had scratches on it, it wouldn't be hard to see. I think this is a really great middle ground here. Really beautiful to look at, and something that the normal F95T Gen 4, the production version, has as well. You know what? One thing actually while I'm here, I usually never do the weights for the limited version since they're the exact same as the production, but since I haven't done the production version, might as well take a look at the weight here. As you can see, it's coming out at 4.68 ounces. I believe that is lighter than the F95 Zero, most likely due to the 3.5 millimeter blade stock as opposed to 4. And also you are getting some milling here as well on the handle, which surely reduces some of the weight. Now, the inside is, of course, the same as the revised knives have been for a while, and any of the newer F95s. You can see we have that wavy internal milling here for significant weight reduction. And the pivot system, of course, is still MRBS, the 3-row MRBS system with steel washer underlays. Well, that's pretty much it for this knife. Again, sorry I haven't been able to do a video on the new Gen 4 F95T. Hopefully this will suffice, and hopefully you guys were able to keep up with kind of the differentiation, since F95T are revised knives, same thing, but the new Gen 4 naming system, the generational naming system, I think should make things a lot easier in the future. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.